Last week, we created a bucket in Python through code using the AWS SDK Python Bodo 3 library. Yes, when we first started, we went into the AWS console, create a bucket. Then we created our access keys and installed that, configured that into our terminal. We did that in our Kali Linux installation. Then we created a bucket that way and we uploaded a file that way. Last week, we went into code in order to create a bucket. No more through the console, not through the CLI, but through the coding route, which is very useful. Like, let's say you're building an application and the application has said, okay, if this is a new customer, create a new bucket that we're going to be storing all this customer's data in there. Or when the customer uploads particular files, upload that to their bucket. But in order to upload to the bucket, you need to have the bucket created first. So that's what we did last week. This week, we are going to be uploading a file. We'll create a file, whatever, and we'll upload it to the bucket. All right. So that is the plan for this week. Welcome to another episode of Software Explorations, Concept and Overviews, hosted by your truly Tech Coach Ralph, where we are, above all else, engineered to win, or as some of my friends tell me quite on the regular, I annoy you to success. Bruh. It is what it is. It is what it is. I am very happy to try to annoy you to success because I want us to win together. All right. So that's the plan. We're going to be creating this. We're going to be creating a file. A text file is fine. We're going to upload that text file to S3. Then we're going to use our command to see what files are uploaded into S3. Next week, maybe we'll do retrieving the files, maybe listing the files through the code, and then downloading a file through the code. We'll try that and see where we go from there. Right? But let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump into it. We're going to go to pretty much. I already have. You saw the code last week. We're gonna go to there and we're just gonna go straight into uploading. I don't want this to be a super duper long video. Very simple concept. We're gonna say, all right, try to upload. If the upload fails, give us an error. If not, we're good to go. All right. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this bad boy. All right. So I have over here my PyCharm open, and the code from last week, we have our Bodo 3. We have the bucket name, TCR Python Software Explorations bucket. We have our region name 1, and we have our S3 setup. We're saying for S3, because we're going to be using S3 for this S3 Bodo client, the arguments of S3 to specify that we're using the S3 part of the SDK. And the region name is the region name right here is passing this variable into here so that we don't have to type in US East 1. If we're building an application where we have different files that are using, if we have different files that are going to be using different functions, classes, whatever, they're going to be using the region, we can have that externalizing. We'll do that another time. When we do more of this programming, we'll probably do it at that point. But for now, let's just leave the region in there. We can refactor at a later date. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say S3 dot, and we're going to say upload. Make sure I get the right code for you. It's going to be S3 dot upload file, not fool, file. And then we're going to, so let's leave this here right now, right? We're going to say, I'm going to create a directory called test data. And I'm going to say that I'm going to create a file. We're going to call it S3 upload.txt. And I'm just going to say Tech Coach Ralph is the best tech coach ever. Also, the most annoying tech coach ever. I can live with that, all right? I can live with that. All right, so we have our file that we're going to be uploading. And I'm just going to say, let's see, we're going to go into here. And we're going to say, I'm going to just do file. I like to be very descriptive. File to upload to S3 equals, and I'm going to say my path to that folder is going to be, let's go with test data slash, and we're going to say S3 upload. And in our upload, we're going to say, we're going to pass in the file to upload to S3, comma, and we're going to say our bucket name, and I think we have to do it as, let's say, so like our bucket name, and then we are saying the name that we want it when we upload it, which would be, let's just use the same file name actually. Let's try that, right? And if I do this, this would work, or this should work, but if it doesn't, we want to be able to handle that error. So I'm going to just do what we did last week. Try, do our indent for Python, and we're going to say except client error as E. And I think we have to, do we have to import client error? Let's see. Yep, let's import client error. And then we're going to say logging.error is going to be past the E. And that should do it. I'm also going to do print the E as well. All right. Just so in case it fails, we have that. And I'm going to also put here print upload of, and put an F string right here, just so we can pass in file to upload to S3 was successful. Oops, put that in the wrong spot. Was successful. All right. And what we can do at that point is go here, and we can just go ahead and run this real quick and see what happens. Let's just see what happens. All right. So let's go and say run this current file. And look at that. Looky here. Upload of test data S3 was successful. Let's go out there and get it. All right. So what I really want to do though, I want to log into S3, because we could do this. We can do it a couple of ways, right? We could do AWS S3 LS. And we have our folders here. And if we say AWS S3 LS and TCR Python SE bucket, do we get anything from that? We have our, all right. So now let's say we pass in the test data folder. Looky here. Let's get it.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Not the one I wanted. We did not play ourselves. We were successful. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. So with that being said, so we can successfully see our files are being uploaded. Very, very simple function that is just saying upload. What if we had the wrong file name though? What if we had the wrong file name? What would happen then? There is only one way to find out. Let's give it a try. All right, so I'm gonna run it again and see what we get. All right, and we got an error this time. The error says that it. Let's see what was our error. Our error was to get the size of the path. There was no such file or directory of test data /s3-upload1. So there we have it. So if we change that back, right? And let's say over here, let's say we want to upload a different file, right? So we could do, well, no, that wouldn't work. We'd have to, so you would have like you can also do if in case we don't want to use the same one, we could also say if I delete that and I say S3 upload, and this is how you can always have a unique file when you upload it. So we can do it like this, right? If I do, let's see, S3 upload 1.txt. If I run that, and the file was uploaded as well successfully. If we go back to here and we do to check what's inside the bucket, now you have the file that we just uploaded because we didn't put a path to it. So we have the one that we did before and we have the one that we just did right there. Right then and there, that is all that she wrote. All right?
Another one.
Yes. Another amazing, amazing episode of Software Explorations, Concept and Overviews. Let's go back to full screen as we wrap this bad boy up. So basically, you can make unique file names, unique folders, whatever, by passing different parameters that are going to maybe UUIDs, maybe GUIDs, whatever the case may be, right? You can make a date format to create it, whatever you want. That's possible, but we can store files in S3 programmatically. We can create buckets programmatically. We can create directories and subdirectories programmatically as well. So looking at it in this light, you open so many doors to your continuous success. I believe in continuous everything, continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous development, continuous testing, continuous success, continuous victory.
Message.
Yes, that is a message for you. Yes, you. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Yes, I am talking to you. Yes, you. I'm looking right at you. I'm talking to you. This message is for you. You have continuous success at your fingertips. You just have to work at it and go out there and win. Don't let anybody try to tell you that you can't do it, all right? So that is it for today. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed us uploading our very first file to S3. We actually did 2 files to S3 through Python code. Very, very important stuff. I hope that you follow along. I hope you tried it. If you tried this, right? If you've done this before, if you already know how to do it, or if you follow along the video, or if you're going to try it, leave me a comment. Just leave me a comment down there, right? Let me know how it was. If you're going to try it, I'm curious to know is there a way that I could have explained this to you better to make it easier, more entertaining, more understandable? I am all ears. I am open to helping you grow and to win. All right. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Software Explorations, Concepts and Overviews, hosted by your truly Tech Coach Ralph, where we're engineers to win, or as the ones who love me, the ones who hate me might say, I do my best. I really do my best to annoy you to success. All right. But on our way out, do me a big favor, big favor. If you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Check out TechCoachRalph.dev. We are doing so many cool things in there. I just had a 2-hour plus conversation with my brother, Rod Brown, about how he got into tech, what he does now, how he balances that with creating his content. So much great stuff. I'm going to be clipping that up and putting it out throughout the weeks so that we can continue to be nourished and edified by my brother, Rod Brown. All right. And I'm still working on clipping up some more of Magnetar's presentation about navigating federal employment. And I am working on the smart reviews and I have another video that I'm going to be putting out there as well, because I don't want to put it on YouTube, but it is something that I have been thinking about the hiring, about entrepreneurship, about creating your business and not being locked down to a particular group of people or a particular idea, which always backfires in the end. All right. So I'm going to be putting all of that in there at techcoachralph.dev. Sign up today. Looking forward to seeing you there. All right. But with that being said, I am out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week. It is noon on Wednesday, or it's past noon on Wednesday at this point, but we are headed on the downside of the other side of the week. Let's Get it? Let's run it up. Let's end this week productively. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. Techotrough, we are out.